ambassadorial list by President Bola Tinubu. So over the weekend, the president nominated an additional 32 persons to serve as ambassadors. And these are the people that are expected to represent Nigeria in different countries. So earlier, the president nominated 3 persons. We have people like Kayode Are from Ogun State, Aminu from Jigawa State, and Ayodele Oke. All right, so these were the first 3 persons that the president nominated. So currently, we have a total of 35 nominees. And this move by the president comes more than 2 years after he recalled all ambassadors from Nigeria's 109 foreign missions. So since then, most embassies have been run by career staff without the full authority of appointed ambassadors. So the recall, which initially explained as part of a plan to overhaul Nigeria's foreign service, it drew a lot of criticism. And there were questions as to why an administration that is keen on attracting foreign investment and strengthening international partnerships would leave key missions leaderless for so long. So the debate intensified recently following the diplomatic tensions with the United States. That's after Nigeria was designated a country of particular concern. So over the alleged attacks on Christians. But now with the submission of those names, the government takes its first concrete step toward restoring Nigeria's diplomatic presence abroad. But this new list has sparked a lot of reactions online by both the top leaders, parties, and most of the Nigerian citizens. A lot of people are questioning the character of those people, the 32 persons that are on the list. So they are wondering why the president had to nominate people like Reno Omokri, people like the former INEC chairman. All right, but we are going to go deeper into this. We are going to look more into the issue, the reactions from the citizens. But before we do that, let's take a look at some of the top stories making rounds onto these papers. All right, remember that you can join the conversation this morning by calling into the studio on 0706 048 5853 or 0915 570 8347. And we also live on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on High Voltage News. Like, leave a comment, and share the video so that others can be part of the conversation as well. All right, so on the newspaper headlines, some of the top stories here is based on the recent insecurity issues that we have in the country. So in Punch newspaper, amid the ongoing crisis in Nigeria, with rising killings, kidnappings, and attacks by bandits and terrorists, state governments are increasingly considering the creation of state police as a solution to the chronic insecurity that is going on in the country. So we all know that President Bola Tinubu had declared a security emergency, directing the recruitment of more police and military personnel. And also, he urged the National Assembly to legalize state policing, highlighting the limitations of Nigeria's security system. That's the federal police. It has a lot of limitations. So with all this, with fewer than 400,000 federal police officers for over 200 million people, experts say that many communities remain unprotected. This is a gap that fuels the escalation of violence. And we all know that the president had pushed for the recruitment of 30,000 police officers and also for the withdrawal of some of the police officers that were assigned to VIPs. Now we knew that over 100 police officers were assigned to very important persons in the country. But as at the last report, 11,000 were withdrawn. Now we are asking, where are the rest, the 89,000 police officers? Are they still assigned to these VIPs? These are the questions we Nigerians are asking. So in the midst of all the crises going on, the several states, most of the states that are affected are showing strong support for the creation of state police. We have states like Plateau, Sokoto, Borno, Kaduna State, Zamfara, and Kano State. They have expressed their readiness to implement the state-level policing, pointing to the success of the local security initiatives like the Community Guard Corps. So this is something that all states really need. Yes, the state policing. Everyone needs it so that it will prompt quicker response. So when we call on the police, when we call upon them, they can respond quickly, faster when the crime is still on, and not respond when everything has gone wrong. All right, so although that there are so many cautions that without this constitutional amendment, no state can legally establish its own police force. The lawmakers are acknowledging the risk of potentially political misuse that argue the protecting citizens must over the concerns, over all the concerns, whether it has to do with constitution. What matters is that there has to be the protection of life. So whatever decision you are making, you should aim at protecting the people that you are leading. All right, so let's see more on the newspaper. The former Minister of Transportation and ex-governor of Rivers State, Rotimi Amaechi, has firmly declared that he is running for the presidency in 2027 and that he has no intention of serving as a vice presidential candidate. All right, so this statement comes amid speculation that he might join a joint ticket with the former vice president, Atiku Abubakar, following the comments from Atiku's ally, who suggested that Amaechi could step in as a running mate if Peter Obi decides not to partner with Atiku, citing Amaechi's political influence and his record in mobilizing support for former President Buhari, as well as his achievement as governor of Rivers State. All right, but the former Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amaechi, has said that he is not going to be running as the vice president. Rather, he's going to be running as the president. So he said this through his media aide, dismissing the claims, making it clear that his focus is solely on the presidency. So he emphasized that he is not seeking to be a running mate to anybody. All right, so this is almost the end of 2025, and before we know it, we're in 2026, and we can't wait to know all the people that are running for the 2027 general election. Let's see how tough it's going to be. Let's see if we're going to have more opposition against the ruling party. All right, so that is his stance. He's running for the presidency and not running as the vice president. Okay, so the federal government has reportedly offered a 40% salary increase to members of the Academic Staff Union of Universities. This is as negotiations resume over the long-standing disputes in the country's public universities. The offer by the presidency, by the federal government, comes ahead of another round of talks with a government delegation led by former intelligence chief, signaling a continued effort to avert industrial action. So the development follows ASU's National Executive Council meeting in Abuja over the weekend, where the union leaders mapped out the next steps. The branch heads are expected to brief members nationwide, while sources indicate that discussions are far from concluded, even with negotiations set to continue next week. All right, so there's been a lot of clash between ASU and the federal government on the issue of non-payment, poor treatment by the federal government. Now, we don't know if the federal government, from what ASU says, the federal government is yet to meet most of their demands. And here we are seeing that they are trying to increase 40% in their salary. Meanwhile, there are other things that are still not being, they've not tried to do anything about it. They've not tried to work on other demands by ASU. So the ASU gave them an ultimatum which lasted till last Saturday. So if nothing is being done between the federal government and ASU, there's likely going to be a strike. And we know who is going to affect. We know it's going to affect the students, the families, the ones sending their children to school. So we ask the federal government to really ensure that they do something to stop ASU from going on strike, which leads to ensuring that they meet their demands. Whatever it is that they need to come to a negotiation, a standing point. They need to reach a standing point to ensure that things work out right for both parties and for the students. All right, so this is the story on ASU. Okay, next on the newspaper headline, former President Olusegun Obasanjo recently said that Nigerians have the right to ask for foreign help if the government cannot stop killings, kidnappings, and attacks by terrorists and bandits. He spoke at a Christmas Carol event in Jos, pointing to recent incidents like the abduction of over 200 school children in Niger State and Kebbi, even the attacks in Kwara State and the execution of the Brigadier General in Borno State. But in response to this, President Bola Tinubu's media advisor called Obasanjo's remark as capitulation and ignoble. Dare said that Nigeria is facing a complex network of terrorists and criminals, but the Tinubu administration is confronting them directly. He criticized Obasanjo, saying that Boko Haram and other threats grew unchecked during his presidency from 1999 to 2007. So what he's trying to say is that all this crisis, all this insecurity that we are seeing currently started from the regime of former President Olusegun Obasanjo. So he's saying that the Nigerian security strategy includes strong military action, restoring the good security, governance, and security in the country, and not on asking for foreign help. And now, to me, I don't think that the former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, said something wrong, because we've all seen what is going on in the country. And we do believe that, yes, Nigeria needs external help. With all that we are seeing, over the years, it has not been tackled. The insecurity in the country is yet to be tackled. So yes, the Nigerian government needs to source for help outside. All right, so that is it. Moving on, the federal government has declared total war on bandits, terrorists, and criminals as insecurity continues to rise across Nigeria, with President Tinubu's security emergency giving the military and security agencies a clear mandate to act. So the move is paired with plans to establish state police, aiming to strengthen localized security and support the federal forces. And from reports, already the operations are making an impact. Airstrikes in Katsina and coordinated ground attacks in Borno have disrupted terror camps and repelled insurgents. So while troops rescued kidnapped victims in Kano State and neutralize militia members in Taraba. Yet, despite all these efforts, attacks continues to rise in so many communities in the northern states. So there are so many attacks going on, even with reports telling us that operations are making impacts in some of the states in the country. So this development shows that while the government is taking a more aggressive and coordinated approach, combining military force, intelligence, and local policing, the scale of the challenge remains very big, underscoring the urgency of decisive action to protect the citizens across the nation. So while we keep reading on papers that the government, they are trying their best, we really need to see it as citizens that yes, the government are trying their best. All right, this is how far we can take this morning on the newspapers. And remember that you can join the conversation on 0706 048 5853 or 0915 570 8347. You can call us and let us know your opinion, your reaction on any of the headlines that has been read to you this morning. But before we do that, we are going to go on a short break. And when we come back, we will take your calls and move into the story we have for this morning.
It's about to get welcome to the show and a presenter that won't stop giving it their all. Hi, my name is Ogio, your pilot one, and I'm passing the mic to the one that has current affairs in her palms.
Hello everyone, my name is Odili and I'm passing the mic to the judge and peacemaker in Volt FM Sports.
I am Godwin and I'm passing the mic to the Igbo culture expert giving us cultural gist.
Today we're going on a Gamonte. I found Bantichinazo. I told me pass the mic to Funya Nade when he John Manobo Jembe Mwilo.
What's up, my people? I go by the name Nonto with the magic voice, aka King of Badbella United, and I'm passing the mic to one person who they give for anything right for Cantori.
Hi Volt family, my name is John and I'm passing the mic to the driver when they collect fare. You know now.
Hi neighbor, it's Jason here and I'm passing the mic to the one that has the magic to heal your broken heart.
My name is Malaika and I am passing the mic to you. Yes, you. For being part of
Volt 104.3 FM.
Welcome back to High Voltage on Volt 104.3 FM, your weekday news analysis show, where we review and analyze the news and also talk about the issues affecting us as citizens of Nigeria. Yes, if you are just joining us, we are talking about the ambassadorial list that was nominated by the president and the reaction that it has sparked online. Because yes, many people are talking about it. We have 35 names on the list, and a lot of people are arguing on the character of some of those people. Some of the names like the former INEC chairman and Reno Omokri, why they should be on the list of these ambassadors. And when we talk about ambassadors, these are the people that will stand in the front. These are the people that will represent Nigeria. So whatever it is that they showcase outside there is what people are going to see as this is how Nigerians are. This is what they are capable of. This is what Nigerians can do. So some of them, like people have said, have questionable character and should not have made it to the list. Join our conversation this morning on 0706 048 5853 or 0915 570 8347. You can let us know what you think concerning all the newspaper headlines that was read to you. You can let us know that, and also you can join the conversation of what we are talking about this morning. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on High Voltage News. Like, leave a comment, and share the video for others to be part of the conversation. All right, so President Bola Tinubu has sent 32 new ambassador nominees to the Senate for confirmation. Yes, new 32, adding to the 3 earlier ones that he did, making it 35. So now, why does this really matter to you and I? Well, the thing is, Nigerians, foreign missions have largely operated without ambassadors for over 2 years. For over 2 years, Nigerians has been without ambassadors because the president recalled the ambassadors that we had 2 years ago. The President Bola Tinubu recalled the ambassadors. That was since September 2023. So since then, many Nigerian embassies have been run by senior staffs without full authority. So when you think about this, if our envoys aren't in place, our voice on trade, security, and international partnerships is weaker. If we don't have people representing us outside the country, all these things we won't have a lot of people to talk to about the security challenges going on, the trade, and everything that we need in the country. So, and now after 2 years, we have fresh list of names. Well, before I continue, let's take this call this morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning, you're up. Please, your name and your location. All right, please go ahead.
I will not say anything much.
All right.
What Nigeria about is that you pass me ball, I will pass you ball. That's what is happening in this country. You pass for me, when you rub my back, I will rub your face. So all these things are happening. Some of them are happening, even some of them, even myself, some of them are taking other characters. That you can even, when they are governors, some of them are governors. You can know what they do to their state. The performance without the special one. So all these things are what they are doing. This country, anything you do, take it away. You don't know what is there anymore. They're tired of this country. I don't have much. I don't want to say congratulations to them.
All right.
I'm leading the INEC chairman. Everybody knows what happened in the election. That's what they need to compensate. So they removed him and compensating with the other. Politics is all about interest. When you rub my back, I will rub your face. That is what is happening in this country. Nobody cares about it. Nobody cares about it. You put an ambassador. You know that this person does not have that capability. And you send the people that have sustainable career. Not all of them,
Yes.
some of them are good, but some are bad. But if we really start saying about it, the land remains here, nothing will change. The list is out, and that is final. So that's the only thing I want to put on.
All right.
The only thing is don't take your bread. You don't need to say, keep on saying, because if you stop the land remains here, nobody will change it. The final is just what is not needed. So I don't want to congratulate them. I know that when you pass me for, I will pass you for. That is what is happening to this country. That is what I'm doing in this country. We will talk about security. I don't need to say close to this time. But all I need to say is that I need to thank Governor Back. Security, they is starting to do it in the state.
Okay.
I love them. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay, 0706 048 5853 or 0915 570 8347. Hello, good morning. Okay, please do have to call back. All right, so with the one while we were talking, while we are waiting for the calls, the thing is that the fresh list, after 2 years of we not having ambassadors in the country, the some of the names on the list are very familiar. Some of the names are very familiar. We have controversial ones. Yes, we have very controversial ones, right? People are attacking the list that the president put out to us. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. You are welcome. Please, your name and your location.
My name is Captain Manager. I'm calling from Ogun.
All right, please go ahead.
Thank you. The government of every nation
Mm,
is the God of that nation. And it is the God of that nation that decides who to favor or who not to favor.
mm,
The government has decided to favor those that have helped them in one way or the other
mm.
to put them in power. So I have nothing to worry about concerning that.
Okay.
But I am shouting injustice, so I'm shouting justice for my two dear brothers who is not in the list, and they should be in the front line, and they should be there. Their name should be included. And I'm asking the president to please include the name of these my two brothers. Justice should be done. So I'm staging a protest for them. The first person is Joe Ibokwe,
Okay.
the APC chieftaincy in Lagos State. And the second person is Ujele, Ujele, aka Ujele. So these two people should be in the first list. And Mr. President should try everything he can to favor them and include them because this will did well for him. They are the ones shouting for APC and saying that APC is the best so far. So unfortunately, their name is not in the list. I don't know the reason, but maybe the Mr. President has forgotten them. So he should try all whatever he could to include the name of these two people. They are his two parties, or what will I call them? Praise people that praise him very well. So you should try and include their name. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay, 0706 048 5853 or 0915 570 8347. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Odile.
Good morning. You're welcome. Please, your name and your location.
Yeah, this is the voice of Mahmood Yakubu from Komoro, Nation Autonomous Community, in about the Women's Center of Ebonyi State.
All right, you're welcome. Please go ahead.
Okay, first of all, I will start by the ambassadorial nominees as it concerned Yakubu Mahmood.
Okay.
I think from all indications, you can see that the president is just trying to recycle the
same persons.
Yes. And I don't see the reason why the president should appoint or should nominate Yakubu Mahmood, somebody who considered to have contested the worst election in this country. And even before now, we have even given him a national honor. Yes, after his office as the INEC chairman. So this means that even those that are in the leadership position, they are quite very insensitive. They don't listen to the voice of Nigerians. They do what they like. And that's the reason why the president goes ahead to give him a national honor and at the same time appoint you, nominate him for ambassador to represent Nigeria. So it is a way of trying to tell us that we are nobody, that even let us go and complain. After complaining, we can do just nothing. And that is why even protest has been criminalized in this country. You cannot protest. You cannot do any other thing. You cannot go on strike. Okay? If you go on strike,
they will threaten not to pay you.
Not to pay you. You can see there's an issue here in this country. That's why sometimes I used to say that unless we have a revolution, without revolution, I don't think Nigeria is getting better. I don't see anything getting better as far as concern Nigeria. Okay? And if it's the former president Olusegun Obasanjo talked about foreign help. Yes, we need foreign help. And if the administration of Donald Trump fails to do something about Nigeria, let us forget about it. Let us stop complaining about Nigeria. Okay? Because as is now, the only thing that can save us is foreign intervention. The foreign powers like America and other allied countries that can come together and rescue Nigeria, the Christians and other minority groups in Nigeria. Otherwise, if this current administration of Donald Trump fails to do something about Nigeria, my sister, let us forget about Nigeria. They will continue to recycle themselves from governor to the Senate to the National Assembly has become a retired home for the former governors. You can see that they continue to recycle the same people. My dear, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you so much. All right, 0706 048 5853 or 0915 570 8347. Yes, call in and let us know your own opinion. What you think about the list of the 35 names that the president nominated for the ambassadors, for those that will be representing Nigeria in other countries. All right, so we've seen that a lot of people are complaining that what the president did was just compensation. Yes, compensating those that have in one way or the other supported him. And while the president said that some are based on merits, yes, some of the names are based on merits, while some are just people that have served in one capacity or the other. Not all Nigerians are okay with it. A lot of people are very angry. They're very sad about the names of the people. We have people like Reno, like what is his name doing on that list? That is the question Nigerians are asking. What is the name of the former INEC chairman doing on the list, considering the past records? Considering the controversy surrounding his tenure? Why is the president nominating him? And why is it that we also do not have young people on the list? Because we keep having people that have served. Young people are barely given opportunities to serve the country. I mean, we have people that have this idea of international diplomacy and all that. That could have made it to the list. But the president is it's just like he just selected the people that he wants for those positions. That is what the president did. All right, so now let's take a look at the nominees that the president, yes, the people that the president nominated. There are 15 career ambassadors and 17 non-career appointees. And among the non-career nominees, we have names that you'd recognize. We have Mahmood Yakubu, the former INEC chairman. Yes, we've the callers that called have already mentioned his name. So you'd remember him from the last election. Yes, its tenure had supporters and critics alike. All right, and we also have Reno Omokri, a former aide to President Goodluck Jonathan, who is known for his media presence and sharp commentary. We have Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi, the former governor of Enugu State, alongside Okezie Ikpeazum, that's the former governor of Abia State. And the list goes on. The list goes on. Former senators, ministers, first ladies. Just like the last caller said, we just keep having people recycled. No new persons. You have the former governors, former senators, ministers. They are just the ones on this list. So no new names, just people that we already know. People that we are familiar with, the way they led their state, their constituency, These are the people that the president has nominated for the ambassadorial lists. All right, so even at that, there are some women on the list. There are 4 women in career positions and 6 in non-career slots. Yes, it is worth noting in terms of representation. All right, so while we've talked about the non-career nominees, let's look at the career diplomats. These ones include seasoned professionals like Enebeshi Okushuku from Abia State. And we have Yakubu Danladi from Taraba and Musa Abubakar from Kebbi and other people. So these are the people who have served the foreign ministry and understand the mechanism of diplomacy. All right, so this whole issue, because we need to analyze this. Imagine the embassies in Washington, in London, or any other international country be run for years without a proper ambassador. The decisions on trade, the decisions on investment, security, cooperation, and other services get delayed because we do not have a representative from Nigeria. So these appointments are Nigerians' front line in negotiating deals, in protecting our citizens abroad, and also in shaping our international image. All right, so but there's also a political dimension to it. Some appointments are seen as rewards for loyalty. Just like I mentioned earlier, compensation. Some of them are just compensated, not because of what they have achieved over the years, not because of their capacity, but because they are just loyal to the current government. Yes, they are just loyal to the ruling party, and as a result of that, they now made it to the list of people to represent Nigerians. So imagine someone who is of a questionable character representing the country. What do you make of it? So these are why people are not happy. When we look at some of the reactions on social media, which I'm going to take some reactions from social media, and also if you had listened to the calls, you would know that yes, many people are not happy with the list, some of the names on the list. Now let's take a look at these reactions on social media. All right, on X, one user said that if this nomination is true, then it simply confirms what many of us have suspected in Nigeria. Loyalty to power is valued far above truth or integrity. It continues to say that when people who spend their time defending the indefensible are rewarded with appointments, it sends a message. Speaking truth to power is punished, but echoing power's propaganda is celebrated. It's a shame that our government keeps elevating those who justify its failures instead of those who challenge it to do better. So anybody that challenges the government is a threat to that government, and they don't deserve any appointments. I mean, the government really needs to look at what is better, what is good for the country in making appointments like this. All right, let's take more reactions. One says, what a shame. APC have truly reduced Nigeria to a disgraced country. Tinubu is more concerned about winning the next election than reforming this country. His policies and appointments are to appease the people he thinks will win him the next election, regardless of the past and present corruption allegations against them. This is embarrassing on every level. Okay, we'll take our last reaction on social media, and this one says, I actually felt so disturbed looking into the list of nominees. Seeing terrible characters and failed leaders in state levels be nominated to represent a country is disheartening. May Nigeria succeed. Amen to that prayer. May Nigeria succeed despite what the governments are trying to do. All right, so the phone line is still open on 0706 048-5853 or 0915-570-8347. All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, you're welcome. Please, your name and your location.
Okay, this is Summer from Abuja.
All right, please go ahead.
Okay, I don't have much. I just want to treat the summarize the whole thing because of that, the whole newspaper and the what I've just mentioned in the video.
Okay.
So this is a country you can compensate someone whether the person is capable of being delivering a good job or not. You are appoint the person based on because the person supposed to enter the position you are. So while the others who tell you the truth that they want they're trying to move the country forward and called as a threat to you because it's not supporting your evil agenda. So the problem we're having in this country is mainly because that is why we Nigerians are more that we are more frustrated and that we are, everybody will trying because our eyes have been opened so that even the electoral side can see the truth and what is happening in this country. But the main problem is that we can't do anything. It's better we don't know the truth then we can save ourselves instead. Than that we all know the truth and what is happening, but we can't even help ourselves. So you can't even talk or say your mind on what is happening. So that is when the major problem is. When you don't know your problem, you are searching for solution. It's better than when you know your problem, but you are looking your problem and know what to do, but you can't even do it or help yourself, and you are dying inside that problem. When I look at this country, I see that there is no hope. That's why when people are celebrating that Trump day in Nigeria, and most of people that saying that they are working with. So I told them that I don't see that the possibility. Trump are not coming to this country because I know people that are ruling us. They have told their conscience, so they can't even reason twice. They don't even put us in agenda. So they can do everything humanly possible to make sure that Trump cannot even come here. So this country, even the youth, they have already succeeded in frustrating the youth so that when at the time of election, they will give you to go and protest and they fight your even family member just to put them in position because of 10,000, 50,000, 100,000. Then after everything, they come back and be crying that they did not do anything. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well
Thank you so much. All right, so because of time, yes, this is where we are going to be wrapping it up this morning. So Nigeria is finally moving to fill the ambassadorial vacuum. Yes, for 2 years, we've had no ambassadors representing the country. So now that the president has listed 35 names, we still think he should make some review considering the outrage from the citizens of Nigeria. Yes, he needs to adjust some of the names on the list because not everyone deserves to go out there and represent the country. So what do you think about it? You know, you can still continue this conversation on our YouTube channel. Yes, subscribe to High Voltage News, like, comment, and share the video for others to be part of the community. This has been High Voltage, your weekday news analysis show, where we review and analyze the news and also talk about some of the issues affecting us in Nigeria. Join us again tomorrow by 9 a.m. for more analysis, for more headlines, and for more of your voices. Thank you for being part of this program. My name is Odili. Happy New Month.